Oh yeah, what's going on, comics fans? Today I have two huge boxes here that need to be unboxed. I sent a 41 comic pre-screen to CGC Comics, and well, they split them up into two separate shipments. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take two videos to do each of the unboxings. I sent these out, or well, they received them on November 3rd, so 9/3, and today is October 21st. So almost 2 months it took for them to get there. Now, all I did was the pre-screen service, no pressing or anything like that. They're all modern, so it was a 9.8 pre-screen. You can actually look back on my channel and see the video of the books that before I sent them off. So since I've got that video up, I'm actually not going to go over all the ones that got rejected. If you want to see those, you can go back on those videos, on that previous video, and take a look and see what was actually submitted. So anyway, and that brings me to a good question. I know a lot of people say like it just takes months for their CGC orders to arrive. I've known, at least in my personal experience, it's the most it's taken is 2 months, and I've been, especially this year, been sending books pretty regularly, almost every other month this year. So what I'd like to hear is, how do you guys send them in? Me, I submit them myself. I have my own CGC account. I send them in. Even having them pressed. Now, I don't have them pressed through CCS. I had them pressed through a private guy, a third-party guy that I found on Instagram. But I'm just wondering, how do you guys submit them? Do you submit them with your dealer? Do you submit them CCS? I'm just wondering, how do you submit your books? How long is your turnaround time? And what tiers and what do you pre-screen? Any kind of services or anything like that? I'd be interested to know, because I see a lot of people just complaining about how long it takes for CGC turnaround times and whatnot. And in my experience, at least, it's only been about 2 months, and I'm here in California, so it's not like I have an advantage because I'm close to Florida or anything where CGC is. Matter of fact, it took almost a week for these books to get here. So really, CGC was done with them, like October 15th or something like that. I'd have to go back and check. I think it was like the 12th. For some reason, these books, they shipped from CGC. They wound up in Georgia. One time I looked, they were in Missouri. I don't even know why that would have happened, but they're here now. So I don't know. Let's take a look. We'll start with the big box first. Now, this is a 9.8 pre-screen, so none of these books are going to get less than a 9.8. The bigger box, I should have checked this before I started the video, but the bigger box, I believe, had 21 comics that were submitted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them got a score of 9.8 or better. So I'm actually pretty happy with that success rate. I don't know, that's over 50%, I can tell you that, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Anyway, without further ado, here we go. So the first one, Marvel Super Action. Let me adjust this camera here so this is a little better. Marvel Super Action, #1. Not a super highly sought after book. I really just got it because it's the cover reprints Captain America #100 classic cover. Anyway, 9.8 on the Marvel Super Action #1. Pretty stoked about that. Next one, oh, there's my invoice and everything. Man, it cost over $100 to ship all these, by the way. So, man, shipping is killer. All right, Walking Dead 191, 9.8. This one is the issue after Rick gets killed. Or before. This is the issue Rick actually gets shot in. And let's see if they sent this back in the order it was sent in. Nope. Reaver number 1, 9.8. I just absolutely love this cover. The series kind of cooled off a little bit. Man, I'm only on issue number 2, actually. I don't even know if the series is still doing good or what. Here we go. Here's a nice one here. Amazing Spider-Man number 24. This is the Ryan Brown Comics Elite Virgin cover. Let me take this out of the plastic. This book cover is absolutely gorgeous. I didn't get the other one. I guess 25 had a connected cover. And that one was just okay to me, but I just love this this picture of Kindred. I really like the little Spidey kind of hanging down in his eye. So this is another great one. I don't usually do store variants, although I have a few in this submission. Really, if it comes to store variants for me, I just get the ones that I like. Once in Future number 1, the one per store thank you edition. I was down in San Diego, and I went into this little card. Actually, it was more like a gaming shop. The weekend after Once in Future came out, and this book, along with the regular printing, were sitting on the shelf. And I didn't know how hot of a book it was at the time, but I picked it up. I mean, I knew obviously what it was. I couldn't believe that I picked it up off the shelf 3 days after the book had come out. So kind of pays to go into those little gaming shops or whatever. There's a bunch of guys sitting there playing gaming while I was looking at their books. Unfortunately, they didn't have any back issues at all. I don't even know what they do with their old books that they don't sell out of, because there was nothing, even new old stock or whatever you want to call them. But anyway, so I was able to pick this up, cover price, and it's a 9.8. Can't complain about that, I must say. Wish I could remember the name of that shop, because I'd go over there for every store variant if I could. Heck, I'm about 2 hours away from San Diego. I would drive the 2 hours to San Diego every week if I could, if there were variants like that to be found. Next one, Spawn number 1. I don't think the movie's going to get made, but still, Spawn's hot right now with issue number 300 and 301 coming out. Alrighty. Next up on the list, Spider-Man 2099, number 1. Origin Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara. Alright. You guys don't want to wait for me to put these back in the bags. Next one up. Teen Titans, number 12. This is the Oak City Comic Con foil edition. I don't even know if you can see that hole. I have the first print 9.8. I don't have the variant though. But this will be nice to have next to my first print 9.8. I actually sent in a second print, but that did not pass the pre-screen, so it's obviously not a 9.8. Now when I submit my books for pre-screen, I'll send books that are are pretty close that I think could be borderline. I mean, you know, sometimes you might get something, sometimes you might not. But actually, I thought that the second print was better condition than the foil. So I don't know. I guess so. What do I know about submitting books? Anyway, speaking about store variants, I don't remember which store this came from. Just says Clayton Crane Virgin Edition. I want to say it was Scorpion Comics. I'll have to look that up and see. But anyway, Scorpion Comics, Batman Who Laughs, #1. Clayton Crane, CGC 9.8. Now this one I definitely didn't pay cover price for. I think I paid like $30 for the set. I got the Virgin and the non-Virgin covers. But I only submitted the Virgin cover, so that's why I only have that one back. And speaking of another store variant, KRS Comics, Batman Who Laughs, #1. I don't know how to say his name. Warren Lau, I guess. Lou W. Little speck something on there. Anyway, KRS Comics, Harley Quinn. I want to say it was Mad Love. It's Mad Love that this is the cover to. Although this says Harley Quinn No Number cover homage, but I'm pretty sure it was Mad Love. Now I'm doubting myself, but it definitely wasn't a Harley Quinn No Number. That's interesting that they would just put Harley Quinn No Number homage on there. I got a couple of these. Deadpool, #5, the Garbage Pail Kids cover, and 2 and 3. Now, I don't know if you guys will know, so I had like 4 or 5 copies of this, and when I was doing my submission video, I noticed that one of them, I think it was 4 copies, noticed that one of them had a little bit of a ding on the corner. I could probably get it pressed out, but I don't think these books are really worth that much that it'd really be worth getting it pressed. I'd have to check the value of them or see what I even sell these for. But I am an 80s kid, so Garbage Pail Kids were huge to me growing up. So I couldn't pass up on this cover, and I actually, personally, I mean, I'm not, these videos aren't that much of speculation videos, but personally, I think this one is one that is going to appreciate over time, just because this Scotty Young series has been pretty good, and just this, well, obviously the Deadpool popularity and the Garbage Pail Kids homage as well. And I just noticed, but I think the Deadpool logo is actually just supposed to be intestines, so, which fits because it's Deadpool, so that would be fitting. All right, and that's it for this box. Looks like here's the rejects. That's quite a thick box, so I think they put all the rejects from the entire order in here. The other order was 20 books, and I want to say 12 of them came back after passing the grade, but just looking at it, maybe they did split them up. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'll be posting both the videos at the same time, so I don't know which one you wind up seeing first, but check out the other video, like and subscribe if you like comic book stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.